Welcome back to Inchon Airport. This is Yong with DPRK Athletics, and we are here today to fly to Vientiane to see Naegohyang take on Ho Chi Minh City. It's going to be a very exciting matchup. Naegohyang is playing a home game in the quarterfinal of the AFC Women's Champions League, but it is in Vientiane. Why? Because they haven't been able to process foreign teams into Pyongyang yet for games unless they are from Russia. So let's go on another adventure, and hopefully our team will win. I'll see you more at the restaurant. So we've got about 10 minutes until boarding at a side gate, and the strange thing about this trip is that we are departing from the concourse. If you are a long-time viewer, you might remember that I originally departed with Jeju Airways, and they also depart at Terminal 1, but in the regular Terminal 1. There is an auxiliary part of Terminal 1 here in Inchon that if you get kind of a cheaper airline that doesn't pay as much for its slot, like the airline I'm taking today, they are going to have it in this concourse, which means you have to get on a train and get all the way over to it. And then there are completely different food options and everything than the regular Terminal 1. And if we're going to go tier list, Terminal 1 has the best stuff. Regular Terminal 1 is okay. And then this one is kind of but it's not so full. It's got a food court. I still was able to get my soju and my meal, so I'm pretty happy with that. Got here a little bit late. I was in a really long line. I was worried I was going to miss the flight, but luckily there was a staff member on hand who was saying like, oh, we're about to, close Vientiane, let's close Vientiane. I'm like, oh, it's me. And so then she pushed me to the front of the line. I felt bad because I really shouldn't have missed my train. Should have gotten here on time. But you know what? I'm glad that they had my back. And there were no problems checking in. As long as you have your visa printed out and ready, it's no big deal. I did have to rush and get some US dollars, hard currency, because as we remember from last time in Vientiane, it is impossible to pay for anything with a card. So you must have cash ready, and they do not exchange Laotian dollars here in Korea. So it's basically what you got to do. So, but I got it all ready, and I even have a little bit of time to eat. It's about, I'm going to have to rush through this meal. I ordered way too much. I'm probably not going to eat all this, but I ordered a king donkasu. I was originally going to go for the kimchi jjigae, but they said that they had like a pork fat in it, so I wasn't feeling it. And this is a Korean-style donkatsu. Now, what's different about Korean-style donkatsu as opposed to Japanese donkatsu is that in Japanese donkatsu, it's pre-cut, so you eat it with chopsticks and you dip it in the sauce. Whereas with the Korean-style donkatsu, they just serve it on a plate. You eat it with a fork and knife, and it's already got all of this gravy on it. So it's a little bit of a different vibe. And then it came with some buckwheat noodles, and yeah, that's a big meal. I mean, all this for only 16,000 won, which is about 12 USD, 11 euros, something like that. So anyway, I have to cut it with a fork. I haven't used a fork and knife in a long time, but that's really dry. Yeah, so the thing about Korean-style donkatsu is it's super sweet. It's a little bit sweet and thick, and I don't think I actually like this very much. I did get some memilguksu on the side, or buckwheat noodle. That's just okay. I wouldn't spring for this if I were you. Really, I just need to get something in my system because I know there's going to be no food when I get to Vientiane. I'm just going to want to pass out. So, and one other thing to mention is that I'm flying T-Way Airlines. Now, it's T'-W-A-Y in English, the English letters. And so I read that in English and I think, T-Way? Is that T-Way Airlines? But then if you look at the Hangul, it's T-Way. And so I was just like, why not just put T-Way? Why put an apostrophe? Because it means T-Way. It sounds like a Vulcan or a Klingon name if you've ever seen Star Trek. So I don't know. I just thought that was weird. Anyway, we'll get on the plane, we'll get on the road, and we will see you in Vientiane. All right, so we just got to Laos. It was a short flight in my estimation. It was about 5 hours, so there was no problems getting through to here. And it was the emptiest flight I have ever taken in my life. I mean, everybody had a row to themselves plus one. I mean, I've never seen a plane that empty, and it was relaxing. It was like everybody kind of had their human space. You had a whole row to yourself, and you could pee whenever you wanted. I mean, that is maximum comfort, is it not? So, I was happy as a hog in heaven, as they say. Anyway, going to the hotel. For this time, I have selected the Landmark Hotel because that is where the DPRK team is staying, or at least stay during the last stage of the AFC Women's Champions League. So I am excited to see if I am staying at the same hotel. If it's a different hotel, no big deal because it's a high-end hotel, which I do normally not book. But, in Laos, everything is cheap, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, we will see you at the hotel. Welcome to the landmark hotel here in Vientiane, and is this not spacious? I haven't stayed in such a high-end hotel since I was young. I mean, this is amazing. You have your own balcony. We are looking out at the stars right now, and we can walk inside, and it is so spacious. I mean, this is 80, 90 USD a night, 100,000, 120,000 Korean won, and wow, you have so much space. Bed, kind of on the small side, but you know what? If I lay on it diagonally, I don't think I will have any problems, or I could, push them together. Also, look at this bath, just so spacious. And guess what? The DPRK team is staying here. The DPRK team is staying here, so I would imagine it's, 2 to a room, but still, I mean, very, very high-end lodgings. Also, I would like to bring you over to the closet. Look at, why would I need a closet this big while on vacation? I mean, this is ridiculous. Anyway, I'm a bit hungry, but I'm just going to go to bed. I'm going to try to maybe make it out to the breakfast tomorrow, see if I can get any, info on the DPRK team. I have verified they are staying here again. So that is amazing to kind of be in the same space. I mean, they are somewhere else in this building right now. So just kind of like feel the experience that they must be having right now. All right, it's the next morning here in Laos, and I had a really, really rough night. So the news was just passed down by Kirsty Coventry, I think president or chairwoman of the IOC, that all trans female athletes are now banned from competing in the Olympics. It was an outright ban on everything. It's not retroactive, but it is a straight up ban. And I know that this channel is about DPRK athletics, but as you know, athletics are close to me and my heart. And as a transgender woman, as a transgender female, these issue, especially one who has participated in athletics, this issue is very near and dear to my heart. And to see this put up on an international stage was so heart-wrenching. I mean, I'm not even thinking about myself. I'm thinking about younger trans women who want to be included, who wants to be a part of the conversation, who want to compete, who want to do their best, who want to be competitive at whatever at whatever discipline that they might have, and they've just been squashed. All of their voices have been squashed under this banner of protecting women. And it's funny that the Olympics, an organization which many decades ago barely even allowed women to compete, is now doing things in the name of the protection of women by discriminating against women. So that is one of, it is universally horrible, disgusting news, and I won't go on about it. I think that if you're a based person, you kind of understand who I am and what position I come from. But a big reason why I do DPRK athletics is because I am, I believe that people from the DPRK deserve to be respected. I believe that they deserve to be learned from, and I believe that they deserve to have fans for what they do, no matter where they go in the world. And especially people who are simply athletes. So, although, I won't make this, I've already kind of ranted a little bit about this, but, this was something that really shook me to the very core of my being, because this is something that will have an effect on trans women throughout the entire world. We're not talking about the policy of a single country. We're talking about the policy of an organization which has members in every single country, if not almost all of the countries virtually, that will have a devastating effect on, an already discriminated against marginalized group. Anyway, so kind of getting back to the whole reason this video is being made. The reason is, last night, after hearing that news, I definitely hit the drink a bit hard because it was just it was a hard time, right? I was planning on getting up early this morning, trying to see if the team was at breakfast, but I just didn't have it in me because the news just hit me so hard. So I ended up waking up around 11 a.m., finally getting out around noon, and I walked downstairs, and I saw that the Laos Football Federation was holding a meeting. So I went to see if the Laos Football Federation, if there were any officials still there, because the meeting ended at like noon, and it was like noon 30. And I went to the room, but it was all empty. I was hoping to meet with somebody and kind of ask why the DPRK are playing their home games there, but it didn't appear to be related. It seemed to just be something about developing youth football in Laos. So that's what the meeting was about, and it was amazing just to kind of see this huge ceremonial Laotian atmosphere. I found a photograph of Xi Jinping meeting the Laotian leader, whose name I still need to memorize. And now I'm outside. It's 37 degrees, and if you're from a colder area, I don't know if I can communicate to you how hot 37 degrees is. I mean, this is just scorching. I felt like I walked into an oven when I walked outside, and I need to get some water. I'm feeling really weak. Out here, we've got this beautiful river separating Laos and Thailand, even though I'm hungover and dehydrated, it's a beautiful morning, and more beautiful mornings will come. And you know what? No matter what, tomorrow I'm going to be watching DPRK take on Ho Chi Minh City, and I will continue to fight for what is right, and that's the reason I wake up every day. So anyway, this is a lot more personal that I like to get, on DPRK Athletics. I really, try to keep it about the match, the environment, what I'm experiencing, but this was something that I just couldn't ignore. So anyway, I'm heading to the center of the city, hoping to get a nice meal, hoping to look for some books, and we'll see you there. All right, so I just barely made it to Mixue Ice Cream and Tea here in the city center, and I almost died of heat exhaustion because I was really hungover, and I had no water with me, and I remember just stumbling, barely being aware of my surroundings, and eventually getting myself some water, and finally heading over here to Mixue and getting some lemonade and kind of recovering. But you know what? Those books don't buy themselves. Going to go to the bookstores and see what I can find. So a bit earlier, I went to the state bookstore, and it was a really cool place because it's just like bookstores in the DPRK, actually, because it's a communist state here, or a socialist state here in Laos. So it's a very similar structure to what you would see in the DPRK, just the government is. And so the bookstore, it's basically a government-run bookstore that has books published by the government for relatively low prices. And you'll find those in the DPRK as well. What was really fascinating about it is that they have new old stock of books that have been sitting around since before I was born, basically. 40, sometimes you would have stocks of 40-year-old books. A lot of them came from the Soviet Union, actually. So you have just a bunch of new old stock Soviet books just sitting around that have been sitting in that shop for 40 years. I mean, I don't know how often you can come around new old stock of anything from the Soviet Union nowadays. I mean, it's 2026. So it was really, really fascinating to kind of dig into that. My friend who runs the Eastern Archive, which is an archive of books online, mostly from Eastern and former socialist countries. He wanted me to pick up some books for him, so I did that. And hopefully one day you'll see them on the Eastern Archive, and I will link his channel and his website in the description. So But the amount of books I got, it was I needed to withdraw a little bit of money. So I went over to the ATM and they were changing out the ATM. But the interesting thing is, when they were changing out the ATM, you had the armored car, but then you also had 2 soldiers. I mean, maybe it's just a police-looking soldier, or just Ministry of People Security. But you had 2 soldiers standing there right next to the ATM with like mini machine guns. They were standing, 2 soldiers with mini machine guns, one for each man who was changing the ATM, and it was just. It was a sight to behold. I mean, I've just, and I waited for, anyway, I changed the money, and it was so heavy that I had to take a taxi back to the hotel. So I did that. And then I walked back to the city center to check out another bookshop. That one was closed. And so now, I am really exhausted and hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day. So I'm currently on the way to the DPRK restaurant. Last time I was here in Laos, I tried to eat there, but they said that they were not operating for a long while. But I'm going to check by this time and see if they are. I did end up buying. They did have a little shop at the front with some products from the DPRK last time I was there, but everything was ridiculously expensive. It was like prohibitively expensive. I think I like one bottle of like blueberry wine that they were selling, which was actually manufactured in Laos, but it was still a DPRK product for some, because it had the DPRK font all over it, but it's manufactured here. And it said it was Korean. So yeah, that blueberry wine was something like $80, which was way more than it should have cost. And to top it all off, it tasted like lighter fluid. So so if I do go back there, I won't be buying anything, but I do hope to dine at the restaurant. We will see if they are open. And oh wow, look at what we have just come across. Amazing old monument. But yeah, if the restaurant ends up being closed, my backup plan is to go to the night market where I ate here last time. And the night market is, it's super touristy, but it's just a fantastic atmosphere. Everybody's sitting outside, plenty of food booths, just super diverse cuisines on offer, fantastic Laotian food. So since I haven't eaten in about a day, I mean, I really haven't eaten any solid food since I filmed the intro to this video about 24 hours ago. And even that was I only ate like half of the food there. So, yeah, really been pushing myself out here in Laos, but you know what? It's all in the name of a good video and a good time. So, hopefully we will see you after the DPRK restaurant. Unfortunately, I can't do a on-the-spot review because they do not allow filming at such places. So, unsurprisingly, the restaurant was closed, Pyongyang restaurant. The signage on the outside is really fading. Almost to the point that it seems that they really do not want visitors. I was walking in, and there were some really perfectly dressed young women. About one had slacks and a top, and they were all wearing heels. 2 were wearing dresses. 1 had slacks and a top, and they were. And I tried talking to the, one, and it's like, hey, is it possible to eat? And she was so shy that she didn't even, couldn't respond to me or didn't want to. Maybe because she didn't want to reveal that she was from DPRK, or maybe because she was Laotian. I mean, you never know. Then another woman popped out, and I just started asking. I'm just like, hey, when are you going to start, operating again? And then she's just like, I have no idea. And so I was like, oh yeah, I came here a couple months ago, and you guys weren't open, and I tried, so I came here again, hoping you're open, but it's a real shame, I said. And then I was like, oh well, sorry for the inconvenience, and said goodbye, and I left. But obviously there's something going on in there. I mean, I don't know what. It could be some sort of, maybe the Naegohyang team is eating there. Maybe they have some special VIP guests, because there was a large room where you could see, there was a stage and there were lots of tables set up, but nobody was dining. But then they had a smaller room to the side where there was something going on, because like waitresses were walking in and out, and it was some sort of VIP dinner. So, I'm curious. I should look into the Google reviews to see whether that place is still running or not. Maybe it's closed down because the Naegohyang team is here. Maybe it's not really there to make money. It's mostly just there for special VIP guests. Really. I have no way of knowing. They won't talk to me. So, all I can do is guess. Obviously I wasn't going to go in there, film, reveal any identities. Just for the record, I was just hoping to have a meal and talk about my experience afterwards. But, that's just the way the ball rolls sometimes. You just, when you knock on the door of the DPRK, sometimes it's open and sometimes it's closed. And you never really know whether it's which one it's going to be. So, anyway, I'm gonna head to the night market. It's about a 45-hour walk, 45-minute walk, and I am going to eat a whole lot of food because I am absolutely starving, and I've had enough disappointment for the day. So we finally made it to the Vientiane night market. Got one of my favorite noodle dishes that you can get anywhere here in Southeast Asia. Oily, warm, maybe a tad sweet, and I also got some amazing grilled food, which I also had here last time. This is like grilled tofu, kind of a thick, sweet, spicy sauce. Maybe a bit too spicy for my taste, but still pretty damn good. Also, this lady was walking by selling like flatfish. That's so chewy. This is like chewing on a leather shoe. Kind of like fish jerky, I guess. Amazing watermelon juice. And to top things off, a beer lao. The smooth white beer lao. Oh wow, I really needed this meal. It's been a long, long day. So I'm here at the Pharaoh's restaurant, which is an Egyptian restaurant here in Laos, believe it or not. It was just like, it's open, it's on the way home. I thought, why not? So I have this amazing banana lemon drink, which is like sour but a little bit sweet. It's perfect. I found this vegetarian orzo soup, which is basically just noodles and broth, but that's tomatoey. That's nice. Comes with some bread. Oh yeah, big ups to this. So I ordered this hawashi, which is an authentic Egyptian dish. It's like a flatbread with meat inside of it. It's almost like a quesadilla without the cheese. So I assume I can just, pick it up and eat it. I've never seen a hawashi eaten before. Let's put a little bit of that yogurt in it. Wow. Comes with this tomato. Comes with some pickles, kind of fermented vegetables like that. It's pretty damn good. It's really like earthy. Enjoyed it. It kind of reminds me of the Arabic dish I had last time I was here. But yeah, definite spice, real like earthiness to it. Kind of more of a dry heat, I would say. It's got to it with the bread's really crunchy. I'd give this whole meal a solid 8. It's pretty good. It's not my favorite, but like every single item did not disappoint. So definitely a good meal. Anyway, I'm gonna head back to the hotel now. So I'm here at Noodle Shop number 6. It's day number 2 and the last day here in Laos. It's about 11 in the morning. The match is gonna start at around 15 o'clock. So I'm just, getting some food. Probably going to walk back to the hotel and then head to the match. But right now, this morning, I walked out to the bookstore, to Monument Bookstore, to see if there were any books. I was skeptical, but my friend said that he thought that there was going to be some good books there, and really there was nothing. It was mostly a toy shop now at this point. So if you're coming to Laos looking for cool books, go to the State Bookstore. Anyway, here's a passion fruit drink. Ooh, that is a powerful flavor. It's a little bit more arresting than like a mango. I give that a pretty good rating. Still waiting for the food to come out. The food has arrived. basically a pork chicken noodle soup. It's very hot though. I'm gonna wait a second. That's pretty hearty. That's pretty decent. The noodles are very stringy. The meat's a bit, it falls apart, but it's a bit, I know there's like a lot of fat still on the meat. It's a little bit gamey, so I don't know if it's like particularly my taste, but it's still pretty good. And you can kind of put in ingredients as you want. So there's like some like bean sprouts here that you can just kind of throw in the soup and eat. Well, some peppers and lettuce. I mean, overall pretty decent. So the other thing that I got is this spring roll. It's got like meat, some vegetable, kind of like lettuce and a green bean, and noodles and egg in it. And you can dip it in this peanut sauce here. Oh, it's got meat in it. And it's like, it's okay. It's kind of like eating a salad, you know. I've had better, but overall, this is a really solid meal. It's like 7.5. You know, it's not like bad for my health. It's not like great. It's not terrible. Most of all of that passion fruit juice is what makes it for me. It's so sweet and delicious. So sour. But anyway, that's it for here at noodle number 6. We will, well, we've finally made it. We're here at Laos National Stadium. I am so ready for this match to kick off. We have Naegohyang FC going up against Ho Chi Minh City FC. And Ho Chi Minh City FC is one of the most, if not the most storied women's football team in Vietnam, founded in 1998. Consistent winning of championships. They have won 6 in a row recently, so they are extremely tough team. Last year in the AFC Women's Champions League, they got all the way to the semifinal, but this year they are stuck in the quarterfinal in a tough bout with Naegohyang. Naegohyang, their first appearance here at the AFC Women's Champions League. And if either team, whoever wins, will go on to the semifinal to face either Wuhan Jiangda or Suwon FC, the teams from the Republic of Korea and China. So it is a very tough side of the bracket. It is a very tough matchup, but I will say that Naegohyang look to be the favorites, as Ho Chi Minh City has never really won a game in the AFC Women's Champions League against a premier team, that being a team from Japan, Korea, or China. So I'm very much looking forward to this. As you can see, there's concessions outside. I was able to get a ticket for 50,000 kip, which is not bad at all. They actually asked who I was cheering for this time. A little bit more expensive than the preliminary group stage that was here, and you get 1 match instead of 2. Same as last time, there is the snack area over there, which is very cool, and I'm looking forward to seeing, going inside and seeing who's here. Honestly, I do not notice any fans. This is really sleepy. This may be a very lowly attended match, but I do believe that there will be at least a DPRK Korean cheering section. So very in back, I'm seeing that there are some DPRK fans near the VIP entrance. So anyway, let's go inside. We're about 20 minutes away from the start of the match. We are here at the big stadium in Laos. The DPRK fans have not necessarily arrived yet. I don't see a great deal of them, but there's, I'd say, about under 100 fans on hand, just a bunch of locals. I talked to some fans over at the at the snack stall, and they told me that they were invited by the Lao Football Federation, and they worked at the Landmark Hotel where I am also staying. So that was a really interesting kind of chance meeting, and you know, just as seeing how the Lao Football Federation also had a meeting at the Landmark Hotel. I see this is officially listed as a neutral venue, so I don't know if the DPRK had a hand in listing this as a venue that they wanted to play at. It may have simply been a decision by the AFC to put it in a neutral venue. So, you know, I don't know about that, but you know, it's clear size. It's not too hot. It's not like super hot like it was the other day around this time, but it should be relatively warm for the players as they head onto the pitch. I'm really excited for this match to start, and we will see you at halftime. So, one thing I didn't mention is that actually a fan of the Joseon team gave me a water to drink, which was really nice of him because I totally forgot to bring one, and I am hella thirsty. So, big ups to him. And you know, the team is very friendly. They're out there greeting us, and it's just a great atmosphere, eh? So that's all she wrote for the first half. As you can see, our friends from the DPRK are here. They finally showed up about 5 to 10 minutes before the start of the match. You had about, I would say, maybe about 100 fans here who are here to cheer on the team. Interestingly, this time it is all men. I have not seen a single female fan amongst them. I think last time the female fans came, they were wearing face masks to kind of protect their identity, I believe, so they may have come from the restaurant, I don't know, but this time it's all men. And I have no idea what their relationship with the team is. But yeah, it was a very exciting first half. I really enjoyed the atmosphere, being able to cheer with fans of the same team again. They had the buk, or the traditional Korean drums out. They have a large flag that they unfurled, and many of them appear to be wearing the exact same shirt, so they definitely did some sort of arrangement to be wearing the same clothing. As far as the match goes, Naegohyang really dominated the ball. We are up 1-0. So Naegohyang is they're basically dominating possession. They're basically pushing it onto the other end of the field. I wouldn't say it's super lopsided like we would see with Laotian opponents or Bhutanese opponents, but I would say that Naegohyang pretty much always holds the upper hand, and they're constantly pushing it into the other team's area. They're playing, again, a very conservative style, lots of short passes, lots of playing into space, lots of trying to get the perfect opportunity for a shot on goal. Not a lot of wild shots, not a lot of wild passes, just a lot of discipline and control, as you would expect from the DPRK team. As far as the other side, Ho Chi Minh, they had a couple of opportunities to push it to the other end. You could see that they got a little bit more desperate once they did go down 1-0. And the one goal came at about the 30th minute. So it was really, you kind of felt that we had the upper hand, but it was kind of pins and needles. And still, this is no time to relax, because the Vietnamese team will be a little bit aggressive. The goalie did come out. The goalie did get a handball because they were blocking a shot that was a little bit outside of the zone. So, you could tell that they are really pushing. But on the other hand, if they start making mistakes, then Naegohyang could really start piling on the points. Anyway, I would say we've got about an 80-85% chance of victory at this point. I really do not see the other team having a shot. It would have to be something unexpected for us to lose this match. So it's looking like we're going to be on to the semifinals, which is very exciting. Still to be determined at a neutral location. Another thing to mention is I will be shooting the vlog out, not immediately after the game, but after the game, because I want to make sure not to miss meeting the team outside of the arena and cheering them on. So that will be that with that. And there are a few important, dignitaries from the DPRK here over in the elite section, but I don't see any of the important people like Yong who were at the AFC Women's Cup in Australia, but I believe that when we do get to the semi-final and possible final, we will see some more of them. So again, it's a nice, relaxed atmosphere, and I did get to start a chant. I started saying Kim Hae-ryong. I said Kim Hae-ryong's name, and then everybody in the DPRK section followed me, and it was fantastic. I started a chant with a bunch of DPRK fans following me. That's super cool, It's all about football. It's all about coming together. Oh, and one other thing is that they did not have like a cheerleader this time. It's all just kind of them they're sitting in a section, they're all wearing the same shirts and stuff, but they're not doing like super organized chanting, just kind of a little bit more relaxed, but yeah. Anyway, we'll see you after the match. So that was really a hell of a match. I really enjoyed it. Naegohyang won 3-0, 3-0. We were completely dominating the ball on our side of the field. We had one other normal goal, one other goal from a penalty. Very clean game, only one yellow card on Ho Chi Minh City FC. And it was just clear that we were the better team. And I really enjoyed, getting to be there, getting to be in the atmosphere. And at the end of the match, they greeted us all as they walked off the pitch, and obviously there were a lot of local DPRK fans there to cheer them on as well. But what was really exciting was after the match. After the match, I got to meet with the team outside the stadium. It's not as high security here as it was in Australia. And Kim Yong, who is one of the best players on the team, one of the best female soccer players in all of the DPRK, she knew my name and she came up to say hi to me. And I was shocked. I mean, I'm like, well, how did you guys know? And you know, a lot of people, they all said my name, like so many. They just know who I am, and that is so cool. And they said they knew I was out there cheering them on in Australia, and they were really appreciative, and just really, really warm-hearted greetings from them. I really appreciated it. One thing though is that I'm figuring out where the line is as to how much I can say, how much I can talk to them, what kind of relationships I can form. So, the first thing I did was I went up to a couple of the coaches. And I asked them, like, hey, can I give you this policy forum briefing from the ROK? Because I was at the National Assembly last Monday at a policy forum which was trying to host the Ari Sports Cup in Wonsan this year. And so I'm like, you know, they must have some sort of a relationship, you know, with them. And so I wanted to give them the papers from that policy briefing. And I asked, but the two men, they just stood there, lit up their cigarettes, and they just kind of shook at me. So, you know, just shook their heads. You know, they said, we don't have anything to do with that, you know, and they just would not take the papers. And, you know, after I appealed a little bit, but eventually I just said, oh, hey, sorry for the inconvenience. And I left it at that. Then the players came out, and as I said, I met Kim Yong, and Kim Yong said to me, you know, I got to ask her, you know, a lot of questions. I got to say, like, oh, you know, did you come here straight from Australia? And she apparently did. They didn't stop over in DPRK. I asked her if she was tired, and she said, no, you know, I'm not tired at all. So it was super cool to meet Kim Yong. And I asked her if she would film a video greeting to my friend in Singapore who runs the DPRK FA account on Instagram, which I will link in the description. And but she would not film it. Not that she wouldn't or did not want to. It's because she wasn't allowed. I was kind of sitting there. I asked one of the female trainer who was with them, and they all just kind of shook their heads and they said, no, you know, like, or just kind of didn't say anything, which is kind of a ROK DPRK response, which kind of means no. And I kind of left it. I said, oh, hey, you know, I'm really, you know, it's like, oh, it could be simple. All you have to say is like, thanks for cheering us on. But they just absolutely no reaction. So I just said, like, hey, you know, hey, I'm really sorry about that. Sorry about the inconvenience. And you know, but they did say to give their regards to him, which was cool of them to do. And yeah, ultimately, that's the line. You know, it's you can't say anything about ROK with them. You can't film them talking one-on-one, them saying anything. It's definitely not like that. You have to kind of, if you're going to film them, just do them doing public things. If you're going to ask, don't ask about dangerous things. Ask about, I just felt it was worth it because I really felt that, I felt, you know, I felt I just wanted to test the waters to see what was possible nowadays, and they, you know, it really looks like they are on lockdown for these types of things, and you know, they're all wearing the same shoes. They're always moving as a group. They are, you know, they were actually gathering a lot of supplies from the stadium that I saw they get from the AFC, like a few huge boxes they loaded onto the bus at the very end. You know, none of them are on their mobile phones in the bus, so that was also interesting. So, you know, I mean, that's kind of the long and short of it. And I think in the future, I'll be a little bit more cautious about what I say because I don't want to ruin the relationship I do have with them, especially since they know my name and everything. But I also do think it's a little bit regrettable how limited my contact is with them. Maybe, you know, a few years down the line, things will be different. And I hope that they are different. But at the end of the day, today was ultimate. Today was awesome. I took my photograph with them again, and they know my name. They were really appreciative towards me, and you know, ultimately that's really what matters, I think, at this juncture. Anyway, it's about like 17 o'clock. I have a flight at 24 o'clock, so we've got about 7 hours. Half of that is just going to be getting to the airport and getting checked in and everything. So I think I might just head back to the hotel and have dinner there and see if the team is around. Or, you know, I don't know if I'm up to adventuring into the city just for a couple of hours because I am really beat, really exhausted. I took a nap earlier. I'm feeling like an old old woman. I mean, you know, Kim Yong, she wasn't tired, but I am tired. I'm much older than her. So anyway, I think I will be heading back to the hotel, and then I will check in again with you there. So we're back here at the Landmark Hotel, and I am getting a nice bite at the hotel restaurant, taking it easy, as they say, because I got a long flight ahead of me, and it's raining, and just no reason to go out. So, you know, enjoy this nice hotel atmosphere. And so, what I've got here is some fried rice with like a lot of ingredients on the side. It's kind of interesting how it's played out. Like, I guess you can kind of just mix it in as you eat. Kind of an interesting like take on the fried rice. Oh yeah, I like that. I mean, fried rice, you can't go wrong. It's a comfort food, isn't it? And there's also a green bean side dish, which there's so much of it. I mean, it looks like edamame more to me. You know, sometimes I just want a little more vegetable on the side. If you order a side dish at like a Chinese, Southeast Asian restaurant, you're just gonna get a huge amount of it. Like it's for the whole family, you know. I'm just like, oh man, I gotta eat the whole thing. But you know what? This is so cheap anyway. I mean, this meal is only gonna cost me, I mean, like $20, I think. 20 USD. And you pay in USD, which is wild. You know, this is a Chinese run hotel, but they don't even have like prices in Laos. I got one of my favorites, the watermelon smoothie. And obviously I had to take advantage of the beer Lao because I'm going to miss beer Lao. I do hope that I get to have another opportunity to come back to Laos. I'd really like to see more of the country. If I come back next time, I'd really like to take a couple more days and go to another city and kind of see what life is like outside the capital. You know, it's just a cool place, Laos. It's so relaxed. The people are so friendly. One of my favorite places to travel. And so interesting, just an interesting history, interesting culture, which I wish I had more time to learn about it. But, you know, hey, if the DPRK is going to be playing all their home games here, I'll probably be back. Anyway, I would say the green beans are also pretty good. You know, this is like a high-end hotel. It took a little bit to come out, but it's a really nice, relaxed atmosphere. And I'm going to finish up this meal. I'm going to get back to my room. I'm going to get showered. And then I'm going to hustle on out of here, get to the airport. Probably drink a bit more and then just pass out on this midnight to 5 a.m. plane. So we will see you at the airport. So we're back at Vientiane International Airport, and very old school, very long waiting in line. I had to wait about 45 minutes just to check in, but you know, we got through it. It was a bit difficult because I had so many books, so I had to pay a hefty over baggage fee. But you know, that's what happens when you buy a bunch of books and you travel on a Saturday when you cannot go to the post office to send them off. So that's unfortunate, but you know what? We're almost there. We're almost back, and I'm going to take a nice long break. Well, maybe not that long, but at least a short break from traveling once I get back to my residence in Seoul. So, yeah, it's not much further from now. And yeah, like I said before, most of the flights are to Korea. A couple are to China that are occurring at this hour. So it's kind of a nice opportunity for cheap airlines to kind of get in those cheap slots. And so let's see. Basically what you have to do. And you know, there's a long standing in line, but it's not so bad. Once you get through it, then you just go right through security and there's a place to sit down. So it's not as bad as you think it would be, but still, I'm ready to get home. Oh, and one other thing I'd like to mention is being next to ROK people right after being in the DPRK was it's really something else. I mean, I've kind of gotten used to it, but it's just crazy going from one culture to the other like that. So anyway, let's get airside. Oh, and today I believe that the plane will be absolutely full. which sucks. Anyway, see you airside. So we're airside. I'm at the same eatery I was at last time. Over there, it's there's only like 3 tables and there's lots of people. There's like a coffee place over there and like a bistro. I don't know. I'm just happy with my noodles, my ramen noodles and soju. I'm just surviving at this point. Honestly, all in all, it's not super hard, but I think it's just the long month of just almost every 3 days just moving my stuff. I know there are backpackers who really do live that kind of lifestyle, and I feel like I really do need to get up my health, my stamina, and obviously drinking soju and eating ramen isn't the way to do that. But yeah, anyway, it looks like the Jeju Air flight to the same place is delayed, so I'm a bit worried that our flight will also be delayed. But hopefully not, Either way, we'll get there. It's all basically just a waiting game at this point. But yeah, it's been an odyssey out here in Laos. Yeah, not much else to say. Just chilling. Well, it's been quite the odyssey, hasn't it? I am finally back in Inchon. Actually, on the airplane, I almost had a panic attack because when I woke up, I was in such a small space and there were so many people. I just mentally, it was really hard. And I try to be as real as possible on this channel, and sometimes like a trigger like that can really mess you up, and I tried my best to just, be real, and, being in such a tight space for that long. I think for someone who's of average size, it's okay, but being me and being 193 centimeters, it is just way too difficult because my knees are constantly pressing against the seat in front of me, and there were a couple of times where it was so painful that it was hard. It's insane because the flight I took to Vientiane, it was I had a whole row to myself, and then this time it was just every single seat was full, and so I was oh my gosh, how do I deal with that? But you know what? We got through it. We're back here in Inchon. Everything is great. Everything is happy. And I'm happy to deliver everybody who's watching a new video. So definitely I will be at the semifinal. I don't know how the semifinal today will turn out, but I will definitely be at the semifinal. 안녕히 계십시오. 여기는 인천입니다.